Hello everybody, welcome back to Alan Wake. I believe this was the correct button. And we're just gonna continue from chapter 1, hard drive. I don't know anything about the game. Ah, crap! Okay, so this is where we left off. We're gonna get into the car this time instead of just letting it approach the shore.
We need to stop at the local diner to get the cabin key from the landlord, a Mr. Carl Stuckey. He's waiting for us.
Okay.
We'll fill her up while you get the key. I'll pick you up here in, say, 15 minutes?
Sure.
I thought everything was taken care of, and I just get to do stuff.
Thank you for coming here with me.
I love you too. Go on. I'll promise to behave.
Not I do promise, like I'll, as in I will promise.
I'd forgotten there were still places like this. Towns where everybody knew everybody.
Welcome to the Oh Dear Diner.
Hi, I was wondering if you could help me. I'm looking for...
Mr. Wake. Alan Wake. Oh, God. I am your biggest fan.
Yeah.
I know people say that all the time, but I really am.
I'm glad to hear that.
Rose.
Rose, I'm looking for Mr. Stuckey. Carl Stuckey?
Carl? Oh, of course, Mr. Wake. He must have gone to visit the restroom. He'll be back in a moment. I can't believe it. I've got all your books. I got the cat from the bookstore when they took it out of the window.
And you keep it here. Well, okay. Good for you.
That's a bit creepy.
Do me a favor, Sonny. I could really use a tune right now. Coconut, number 6 in the jukebox. I'd do it myself, but both of my legs have gone to sleep. Bad circulation. Yeah.
Are you serious? Coconut again? You disgust me. Call yourself a rocker.
Okay.
Unbelievable. Ha!
It's kind of funny.
Does that get stuck? Yeah. You need to give it a good solid whack.
Okay, give it a whack. I don't. Okay.
Now that's what I'm talking about. Yes.
I can't tell if this is an issue
This is
with
it.
perceiving the
I've died
character's
and gone to
player's
hell.
location, or if this is an issue with them being old. Oh,
Don't
this is...
go in there, young man. You can hurt yourself in the dark.
I didn't want to wait. I wanted to find Stuckey, to get the key and get out as soon as possible. The waitress was giving me a headache. Overeager fans always did.
So you
Hello?
can hurt yourself in the dark, is what she said.
Mr. Stuckey?
The physics around the mouths are just...
Couldn't make it.
Okay.
Unfortunately, he was taken ill. But I have the key for you and instructions on how to get to the lake.
Okay.
I wish you a good stay in my cabin. I'll come by later to check how you've settled in. And to meet your wife. I insist.
Okay. How bizarre. You're creepy,
Cauldron
lady.
Lake is a special place. Very inspiring.
Okay.
You got lucky this time, young man. You can hurt yourself in the dark.
I don't know if she's just crazy or
That
what.
sounds better than your singing.
Are you alright?
Splendid, splendid. Damn hernia. It swells up like a balloon if I lift anything heavier than a spoon. Yeah. Splendid.
Okay.
Splendid. It's been-
The Andersons, they're, local musicians. We're waiting for Dr. Hartman to come pick them up. They wandered off from his clinic at the Cauldron Lake Lodge.
Oh.
Bye, Mr. Wake.
So bizarre. So bizarre. And I'm
accomplished. The key and the directions.
My hero. I got some flashlights, just in case.
okay. Yeah.
Wait! Mrs. Wake! Your keys!
So, okay.
That diner was a real nut house.
So we didn't get the actual keys or directions.
Can you believe
Okay.
this place? This would make a wonderful setting for a book.
We're supposed to be on vacation, Alice. I'll figure it out when we get back home, okay?
Okay. We can talk about this later.
But why talk about it later when we can talk about it now?
I didn't want to talk about it. I wanted to bury my head in sand.
Here's another one of my favorites to go with it.
Once upon a time, I was a successful writer, but that was a long time ago. I hadn't been able to write a word in 2 years, not since my last book.
Well, then, if you're such a famous writer,
Clear night, so you folks in the big city might want to look up every once in a while, see those stars winking down at you.
But isn't the whole thing with big writers now, like once they've stopped writing so many books, they start like having contests and such to support smaller authors to keep themselves in the now? Should have started doing that. By the way, when I was looking for a thumbnail material for this game.
Gorgeous, Alan.
It's something, all right. Don't worry, honey. I'll get you inside safe and sound before it gets dark. And I've got the flashlight.
I know. I'm okay.
Alice had a phobia. The fear of darkness. I wanted to make sure we were inside with the lights on before sunset.
Okay. That's pretty basic. Most people are sort of afraid of the dark, but when I was looking for thumbnail material, I think I saw there were like 3 of these games. Like, legitimately, 3 games called Alan Wake 2, and Alan Wake 3.
Let's take a look inside. Come on.
If I'm not mistaken, that is.
It's
so
dark in there. We need lights. Can you figure out how to get the power on, honey?
I cannot. Okay, so we can focus the flashlight.
Hello? Anyone here?
Of course not. Power would usually be like in the basement, wouldn't it? We'll check out back, though. Okay, we'll turn this on.
The Deerfest guests have already started to arrive.
Just because
Just ran into
I can.
one on the ferry. Famous artist, no less than. We'll see if we can rope him into an interview later on. Now let's go to the phones. Caller, you're on KBF-FM.
Hi, Pat. It's Rose.
Well, hello, Rose. What's on your mind?
I know who that famous artist was. It was Alan Wake, wasn't it? He's my favorite writer.
Well, Rose, I
just saw him at the diner. Oh, I am so excited he's here.
I'm sure he's
Okay. Well, that's the issue with small towns. No one can really.
The water was clear but dark. It looked very deep.
It is probably very, very deep. It's also oddly reflective. Like, it's reflecting things in an odd way. But that's the issue with small towns where everybody knows everybody. You can't keep a secret. So I guess I wasn't gonna try it, but going upstairs, I guess, is.
For a moment, the oppressive feel of the nightmare I had seen on the ferry returned. Damn.
Okay, bizarre.
I needed to get the power running in the cabin. There had to be a fuse box or a generator somewhere on the island. The cabin looked like a time capsule from the 60s, or even earlier.
Yeah.
The power cable goes to that shed over there.
Okay, so I didn't even need to go in the house to turn on the frickin' power. That's okay. This is a pretty rickety shed. It's more of a shack.
An old generator had been connected to the power cable.
Yes, I love me some Dead by Daylight skill checks.
The lights are on. Good work, honey.
I can't
I'll
run.
A bit and start settling in.
Okay, I'll look around a bit.
Sure thing. Have fun.
The island had once been this.
What was I examining?
It was a beautiful place.
I accidentally skipped dialogue.
I told myself I could rest here, sleep here, and forget about my work.
You're wrong. Completely. You're absolutely wrong, and you know it.
I thought we could be happy here.
I still hate the narration.
Maybe it would be that again.
But, I don't know. You weren't planning to live here. This is just supposed to be a vacation. So, like, what do you mean you thought you could be happy here? Yeah, maybe for a couple of days at most. Maybe a month or so.
Alice? Honey?
depending on circumstances, but you weren't planning to be here for long enough to be happy, right? It's supposed to be vacation,
Alan,
isn't it?
I'm upstairs. I have a surprise for you.
You have a surprise for me, eh? I get my own bedroom because we're having marital issues. Is that what the surprise is?
Hello there.
I'm not the surprise. It's in the study. Go take a look.
Okay.
Okay.
Surprise!
Alice? What is this?
I guess I have a small confession to make. I thought maybe you could write here that a change of scenery would get you past...
Damn it, Alice, everyone
Hey,
keeps...
hey, just hear me out. There's a local doctor, Dr. Hartman. I read a book of his. He has a private clinic here. He specializes in helping artists. Maybe...
So now you want to get me committed?
No, it's not like that. That's not... Alan? Alan?
Don't, just don't. I don't want to hear it. God damn it, Alice. God damn it. I knew she wouldn't follow me in the dark. I needed some time alone to think things through.
Yeah, you're gonna fall into the lake. Alan's kind of a dickhead. He's also got weird mouth physics. When did this game come out again? Something like 2011? 2013? I have to check that. So, creepy old lady.
Alice?
It's time for more combat!
Alice!
The
cabin had gone dark. All the lights were out. Alice, I'm coming! It's all right, I'm coming!
I just ran the complete wrong direction. Okay. Usually, when your wife starts screaming, or at least, I don't know if they're actually married, I assume so, but, instead of just screaming, like, screaming their name, you tend to act... I can't move. Oh, that's the issue. I had my hand on the fucking wrong set of keys. So I'm just a dumbass. That's what that was.
Alice? Alice?
Alice just fell into the lake. It's very deep, like you said. Alice is dead.
Oh no!
Woo! Do I get any quick time event? Anything like that? No quick time event? Okay.
Keep going.
Keep going. Huh?
Alice?
So I passed out, which is not great. I probably hit my head, according to... I think that's blood. A wound right there would bleed a lot, but it wouldn't necessarily be life-threatening.
From one nightmare and entered another. I couldn't remember how I got there. All I knew was that something terrible had happened to Alice.
Yeah, she fell into the lake.
The phone was dead. I'd have to find help on foot.
Okay. So now either he's got memory loss or he's legitimately just like jumping between dreams multiple times. Oh, I just fucking killed myself.
Among Alice's things was a book, The Creator's Dilemma, by a Dr. Emil Hartman. Seeing the book brought back my fight with Alice. I didn't like it, and I didn't like the guy's smug face on the cover either.
Well,
the gas
yeah,
station
but...
was my best bet. They'd have a phone I could use. It looked like a long hike through the forest to get there.
If you can see it in this detail, that's... At least from my experience, that's maybe like a 45 minutes. So... Oh, I should focus. I don't know what fell. The car? The car fell. Okay, my bad. I should. I don't pay attention to button prompts at all. But yeah, this is it's a long hike through the forest. Oh, it's light bro again. Or something like that.
Is someone there?
No, it's just... It's cutscene. Divine intervention.
The loose sheets of paper were pages from a manuscript entitled Departure. That was
Plot
the name
armor.
I planned to use for the next novel I had never gotten started. I was named the author. I hadn't written it. I couldn't remember writing it. In the scene on the page, the hero was attacked by an axe murderer in the woods at night.
Okay, so we're gonna get an axe murderer in the woods at night. Got it.
Departure by Alan Wake. The man turned to face me. His face was covered in shadows. It was hard to make him out in the darkness of the forest that surrounded us. I was expecting to read these. But the axe he lifted was plain to see. It glistened with the blood of his victim. He grinned madly. The shadows were alive, distorting his features. It was a scene from a nightmare. But I was awake.
Alan is going to be, quite the cheesy writer, it seems. At least that's the feeling I'm getting. And we're about to be attacked by some axe murderer in the woods. Yeah.
There? Please, I've been in an accident.
Yeah, I've been in an accident and you're about to be in another one. Gas station is supposedly this way. Yeah, there it is. There's the gas station. No.
The lights up ahead were a good sign. Maybe I wouldn't have to hike all the way down to the gas station to find a phone.
That's not the gas station. Okay. I don't see lights in this game may be a good sign, but I don't see that all the time. Caution.
Anybody there?
Usually your first
Please.
instinct isn't to just isn't to just go over the thing.
Accident. I need help. Listen, I need to...
Premium cabins for rent in...
Oh, hell.
Carl Stucky. Pleased to meet you. Non-refundable reservation deposit required. Fair and square.
Okay.
Fair and square.
I don't have a flashlight.
The Taken stood before me. It was impossible to focus on it, as if it stood in a blind spot caused by a brain tumor and eye disease. It was bleeding shadows like ink underwater, like a cloud of blood from a shark bite. I was terrified. I squeezed the flashlight like my life depended on it, willing it to stop coming any closer. Suddenly something gave, and the light seemed to shine brighter.
I don't have a flashlight, though. Fair and square, eh?
You lose?
Shit.
Yeah, okay.
I had to figure a way out of this. Any second now, and Stucky would be knocking on the door with his axe like Nicholson in The Shining.
So now I have legitimate reason to have found a gun.
Your trying.
So I do have to find supplies. Give me the batteries.
I wasn't about to open the door, as long as I was liable to catch an axe with my forehead.
One stone.
Yes.
You can see the sight.
Okay, so listening to him is kind of hard.
Hello? Hello?
Oh, he took out the phone line.
This is bad.
Okay, he's about to take out the door. So is this what happened with the previous place? He took out the door? Okay. Okay, that's bizarre.
There were more of them.
Okay.
My head pounded with a concussion. I'd never fired a gun outside a shooting range, and now I just killed someone. Or something. There were no bodies. They just disappeared. If I was dreaming, it felt real enough to make me sick.
I'd be questioning whether I was sane or not.
Forest was the last
At least
place I wanted to go.
At least I hope I would.
I had no choice. I had to get to the gas station.
It's rabbit season.
It's rabbit season? Is it really rabbit season? I thought it was duck season. Duck season sounds better. So the whole goal is to reach the gas station this time. Okay, so who is Spooky Veil Lady?
What the hell was that?
Spooky Veil Lady, I'm actually...
When I saw the river below, something uncoiled itself inside my head. I realized that I'd have to find a way across. I didn't even want to look at the water.
We got coffee thermoses. I don't know what coffee thermoses do, but they shine, so thus they must be useful. But dude bro here doesn't even want to look at the water. So that means like we don't touch it, right? But I did find a way across, so it's all good. It's all well and good. We found a way across. We shot 3 people. Except for we're not super confident that we've shot anybody. Or that anything's actually happened. This seems suspicious. Barry's arrival.
Barry Wheeler was bouncing off the walls. He jumped on a plane after his calls were ignored by both Al and Alice for several days. It could mean that they were both on a second honeymoon. But Barry didn't buy it. Al had been way too unstable for that. Not sleeping, messed up. Barry had years of experience dealing with Alan Wake, and he couldn't ignore it. Something was wrong.
Okay, so Barry's on his way out here for various reasons. And if the story is to be believed, then Alan has been here for already several days.
Sparkling river of space.
Okay, but has failed to respond to Barry's messages, or, like, yeah, he said he could always turn off the phone, but he didn't he?
Stucky was still out there, in the dark, stalking me.
Yes, of course he is. Honestly, I would question whether he was actually Stucky. Considering Stucky's, like, to Alan's knowledge, Stucky has fallen ill and was unable to even provide the key. Okay. Alan, you reload that gun way too fast for someone who's never fired a gun outside of a firing range. It's like you're you've been in combat before. You know how to load a gun. I hope I'm not just going the complete wrong direction, because I've done that in so many games, just going the complete wrong direction.
I had to make my way up some other way.
You mean like the box that's clearly labeled and does these things? If they're lithium batteries, then that means they can be recharged, but I'm pretty sure we're just going to be throwing them away as if they're disposable alkaline ones. Okay, we started the generator. That means that the light is on. I don't know what that means for any of this, but we have to pick up the stuff and check for manuscript pages, don't you know?
I heard them before I saw them, swooping down from the sky and screeching as they came. I spun around just as the cloud was upon me. For an instant, I stared into 100 dead eyes, black pearls glittering in the darkness. I raised the flashlight and the swarm exploded like fireworks. Feathers burned, turned into ash. I couldn't hear my scream above theirs.
Okay, bizarre. I think that's what I need to do. And then take the ladder. Okay, so I figured it out, I hope. There's going to be 3 someones on the bridge that I have made. And, I don't know why it creaked when I jumped on it. Like, it's supposed to hold so much more weight than I would put it over the limit, unless they were using it wrong already.
Well, I was just outside for a breath of fresh air, and what a night. I know most of you are probably in your beds by now, but if you're still up and around, take a moment. Step outside for a spell and breathe in deep. The weather is absolutely still. The sky is crystal clear. It's like the forest is quietly breathing along with you.
Forest is not crystal clear.
I'm a night owl.
I would stick around, but I need to get a checkpoint.
At first, I kept finding the pages as if by accident. The book I couldn't remember was either a terrible and true prophecy or an act of creation that had rewritten the world. I began to hunt the pages feverishly, for they held the answer to the mystery. With it, I could save myself. With it, I could save Alice.
I don't believe you. Those pages are completely worthless.
The gas station was closer now, its light welcoming in the darkness.
Paul makes the best dogs in the state.
Yeah, well, okay.
Buster is the best with no contest. Monster Dog is second best. The famous dog is...
Okay. So, our health is bizarre for me, because it doesn't tell us exactly how much health we have. I just have to assume if I keep getting hit that I'm gonna die. Like, when we were in the dream state sort of thing, we only took, like, 3 hits and then we died. The gas station is just over there. So now I understand more on why he said it was going to be a long hike. Like, there was no straight path to the gas station. I didn't catch on to that at first. But, regardless, I think I have to end this here. If you haven't already and you want to watch, and you want to see more of this content or any other content I might say, if you haven't already and want to see more content from me or just more of this series, then hit that subscribe button that's going to show up right there, or the one down in the description. If you have already, make sure to leave a like down below to show your support for the video, and comment if you have anything to say. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye, guys.